Sidwell tells Laura they can save Port Charles, Lucy and Tracy reminisce, and Nina had words with Drew. Read the last GH recap. Molly and Cody nearly kissed. Justine planned a trap for Sunny. Jason knocked Drew over, and Monica's will surfaced. Drew grudgingly meets with Nina at the Metro Court. She asks if Martin has made progress on Willow's bail. He announces he will be telling the police that Michael shot him. She thinks he will laugh out of the PCPD. She's sure it will backfire and Willow will be left to rot in prison. Drew says he will find another way to help her. Nina is sick of him and his failed plans to save her daughter. He warns her that she will never be back in Willow's life unless she starts showing him more gratitude. Michael meets with his father across the room. Sunny is concerned about Willow trial. Lulu published an article suggesting Michael is guilty. Get updates on the latest posts and more from soapspoilers.com, straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. He warns him that Alexis is now Willow's lair. He's sure that the lawyer will exploit all that Will has been through and contrast it to Michael's life of privilege. Michael always had a pretty good idea of how people viewed him and his ex, but didn't know his father looked at him that way too. His father warns him that if Alexis puts him on the stand, they will hear his anger and think he is guilty. Drew comes over to rub buying the estate in their faces. After he walks off, Sunny admires his son for not taking the bait. Michael says it will be harder to watch him sign the papers for T. House. Nina corners Sunny in the hall and tells him that there is another suspect they could name in Drew's shooting. She informs him that Drew was blackmailing Portia, and she was desperate to be rid of him. She can't use this information because she's Portia's friend, but he could. At Lulu's, Tracy complains about sleeping on the couch. Lulu loves her, but not her boxes. They need to put them in storage. Tracy insists they are full of precious heirlooms. Lucy shows up and says it looks like someone needs help with an estate sale. Lulu leaves them alone and Lucy blubbers about the family house. Tracy tells her she deserved to be kicked out because she was a gold digger. Lucy reminds her of what she said at the funeral about having no one to share family memories with. She tells her they can share. She has so many fond memories of all of them. If Tracy has to face all of this alone, things will never get better. She tells Tracy that her memories are in her heart, not the house. When Lucy starts going through a box, Tracy pulls it away. They remember how much Alan liked to play with his train at Christmas. Lucy is sure that memory made her feel better. She reminds her she can make another home and more memories of family fights. Tracy agrees to let her show her more houses. Martin joins Laura in her office and remarks on how little they have seen each other. He's been keeping crazy hours. Martin admits he has been working for Sidwell and Drew for the peer issues. He reminds her that nothing in his profession requires him to like his clients. She understands, but hopes he's not breaking any laws. Lulu shows up as Martin exits. Lulu immediately tells her Rocco and Charlotte have been lying to her. Lying is not a good thing, says Laura, but she thinks the kids are trying to protect her. Lulu worries about all they could be keeping from her. It's like her kids aren't comfortable being honest around her. Her mom urges her not to jump to conclusions. Lulu has to face that her kids have terrible influences in their lives. It's tearing her apart. Laura assures her the kids aren't slipping away and urges her to be with her kids when they meet with their other parents. That way, there will be no room for secrets and lies. Lulu says that's easier said than done, and her mom urges her to be the bigger person. Subscribe to Soap Spoilers. Newsletter Geo flirts with Emma at Bobby's. She explains a window of opportunity has opened up to expose Dalton. Emma needs to use the time she has left to sneak into his lab. She warns she may have to flirt with him to get access. He's confident in her but urges her to be safe. She kisses him and exits. Joey! Ronnie gasps as she walks in and spots Brennan. Carly watches as he explains she's mistaken and his name is Jack. She joins them and brings up Michael, accusing Ronnie of kicking her son out of the family home. Ronnie is sorry to cause anyone pain, but she needs to let the house go and move on. Carly warns the Quartermains are unlikely to let that happen. Ronnie runs into Geo at the bar and he asks her about selling the house. She explains it was a cash offer and she can't turn it down. Geo complains about Drew. Ronnie is sorry for how hard this is on everyone. He says Monica deserves better than this. Carly tells Jack how much she dislikes the Quartermains, but she still wanted Michael to have the house. Jack says you need to be careful what you wish for. Exactly, Carly says. She asked the universe for a man she could trust, and it sent her Jack. Lulu shows up, and Jack wants to talk to her about her daughter. He says Valentin wants to see his daughter again. She refuses. He adds it could be stateside. When Ronnie arrives at home, she finds Michael saying goodbye to the house. He offers to pay her more than Drew and senses this about more than money. He says this is not what Monica would have wanted. As he puts the pressure on, she chokes up and confesses she's in too deep not to sell to Drew. Martin and Drew arrive. The congressman starts rubbing the situation in Michael's face. Ronnie yells at them to stop. She continues insisting the house goes to Drew. They sign the paperwork. Ronnie delays. Back at Lulu's, Tracy's jaw drops when she finds Monica's will. Sidwell stops by Dalton's office to inform him that he is being replaced. Dalton protests, but Sidwell brings Britt in. This is the genius who has blown by father's work into a dumpster fire, Britt says. Sidwell is tired of how slow Dalton has been, and he hopes Britt will expedite things. Dalton will be working for her now. When Sidwell leaves them alone, Dalton tells Britt they should cut Sidwell out. They can go to a third party and cut a deal to set them up for life. Emma bursts in, shocked to see Britt with Dalton. Sidwell drops by Laura's office and announces that they are going to work together to save Port Charles. Big General Hospital fan? Join our official General Hospital Facebook group. Get daily spoilers, recaps, fan chatter, and casting news right in your feed.